They're running wide open at Milwaukee today. What a clash. The oldest major speedway meets the newest major series. NASCAR's super trucks are here today. And two of the principals are standing. Row 3 is Rick Corelli from Denver, Colorado, and Jack Spray. In row 4, it's Butch Miller, the current super truck point leader, and Mike Bliss. In row 5, Rodney Combs, his first effort of the super trucks, and P.J. Jones. For row 6, Bobby Strait is there, and Johnny Benson Jr. and only his second truck appearance. Row 7 is Scott Legacy and Steve Portengay. In row 8, it's Bill Sedgwick, two-time Winston West or NASCAR West champion, and Dave Resendez from Massachusetts. Row 9 is Toby Butler and the great Sammy Swindell. In row 10, it's Bob Keselowski and another Chrysler product, and John Nemechek. Row 11 is Walker Evans from California and Bobby Brevac, the former ARCA champion. Row 12 is John Kinder, youngest driver in the field at 19, and Jerry Glanville, the former coach of the Houston Oilers and Atlanta Falcons. Row 13 is T.J. Clark and Tony Roper. Row 14 today, his first appearance, Ken Allen, and starting beside him, Kerry T. Further back, in that last position from California comes Ron Esau. That's your lineup as we get set to go truck racing today on CBS. We're a lap away from getting this one under green. Now remember, this has a different format than what we usually see. There's the breakdown of the field. 13 Chevrolets, 12 Fords, 4 Dodges. Dodge has yet to win in the series. Chevrolet has dominated until Bristol when Ford won. Give you the race analysis here. See the field getting set for a go. Total purse $156,000. It's 125 laps to be run in 2 segments, Ned.
Yes, they'll run halfway, and then we'll have a period of about 10 minutes. They can come in and do anything to the trucks they want to do during that 10 minutes. And usually you see a lot of adjustments made on the cars during that period.
Change anything you want if you can get it done in 10 minutes. Hard to believe that's a 9 1/4 banking out on those corners, Kenny Wallace.
It might be negative 9 1/4. It's very, very flat here to Milwaukee Mile.
You go in there about 125 or 30 miles an hour and it looks negative, doesn't it?
Yes, sir, you do. I'll tell you what, when you go into a flat corner like this, as you see on the racetrack right now, it's a little bit hairier than going into a banking, say, at Daytona or Bristol. You have something to hold you.
Here's Mike Joy.
And along with that halftime rule, no pit stops during the running of the race. You cannot change tires unless they are flat or flat spotted, and an NASCAR official approves it. Otherwise, if you change a tire, it's a 5-lap penalty per tire, a cost containment rule.
And they've done that to the very best. Skinner got nailed with that 5-lap penalty last time out. There you see that number 3, Mike Skinner. And we got Ron Hornaday's in-car fired up for you today. Remember, he's won 3 of these races. He starts 3rd, the 3-time winner this year, Ron Hornaday.
In a car that's owned by Teresa Earnhardt, Dale Earnhardt's wife.
You know, the tire rule should be very interesting for this race because, like I said at the outset of the show, the track is very old surface, so I think somebody who's leading early just might not, you know, be that great at the end. Whoever really uses their head and stays easy on their tires.
Saw Joe Ruttman there, who'll be starting in 4th position, and here's Butch Miller. He'll be finding his way up from 7th this afternoon. Current super truck point leader, Butch Miller.
He said he made a lot of changes on that truck this morning, changed all 4 springs and a lot of other things on it, trying to get it to handle around here. I predict that he'll hit it pretty good.
Butch is a very smooth race car driver and race truck driver, that is.
Both. And car.
and car driver.
You're
and
safe there.
It should be good to watch him today. He's very experienced here.
For 125 miles on CBS, our inaugural moment with the trucks is ready to happen. Green is down. Oh, we got one turn as they came down. Caslow caught up in that one. And Jerry Glanville's number 81, the 3rd vehicle, coming down for the start. They crunch him a little.
Well, Ken, you said it was going to be gnarly. I didn't know it was going to be that quick gnarly. They must have really got they cut some people off there.
Yeah, what a disappointment it has to be for those that were involved. There's Bob Keselowski, who has had a lot of good runs in this Dodge truck this year. But, boy, you can see the sheet metal dangling from it now. And the 14 car.
Yeah.
Truck.
That's
John Kinder.
John Kinder's machine.
How much do we have to pay every time we say car?
It'll be well, we'll lower it to 50 cents. So every time we say car, we got to put 50 cents in the kitty.
Mike Joy won't go along with that. They pay $1.
T.J. Clark's number 23 also got caught in that. It kept going, but it hit the brakes. Got taken. T.J. Clark, number 23 on pit road. Glanville is in on that first lap, and we see John Kinder in as well. Furthest anyone has come to win one of these races this year was back at the 16th position, where Skinner started in Phoenix, Arizona, and went on to victory. Chevys had knocked out 8 wins before they were stymied at Bristol in that great performance by Joe Ruttman at Coca-Cola. Let's take another look at that start, if you will, gentlemen. This is it.
Okay, you see the pace car pull off the track. You said involved, and you can see the 14 truck coming on down pit road, John Kinder.
Here's another angle. Looked like Glanville came shooting up through, got caught.
No, it's Bob Keselowski, I believe, hit. I know he's the one that hit the 21 truck of Toby Butler on the start there.
14 coming out.
Spun Butler into the middle of the pack.
Lost the whole nose piece off the number 14 of John Kinder as he started to bring his Ford out on the course. And there's that 21 of Toby Butler that got wrapped as they came to the green flag. On the mile. Let's look again at what happened.
Okay, they get the green flag and head down towards the start-finish line, and you can see it.
Everybody else was just at the mercy of who was in front of him.
And Glanville had no place to go. He got caught up. That was not his fault. Here's Dick Bergman.
Toby Butler's truck has been pushed behind the wall here. Second week in a row, Toby, you've been crashed. What happened today?
I don't know. The guys in front of me were stopped. Somebody missed a shift or something, and I don't know where the guys behind me thought they were going, but, you know, it's tough luck, I tell you.
His other truck is bent up and is on a trailer behind the wall. This is the only truck he had left in the stable, and it's a mess. Mike Joy.
Thanks, Dick. Bob Keselowski has been in and out for repairs. His truck got sheet metal damage at both ends, but now it seems they've got that sheet metal free of the tires. He can continue. Just up the way, Jerry Glanville getting repairs to the front nose piece. The hood is bowed up on his truck. Kerry Teague also damage to the left front, but he will be able to continue. The question is the alignment bent out on any of these trucks, and how will they handle over this first half distance?
6 vehicles were involved in that truck crash. Keselowski's 29, Glanville's 81, Toby Butler, who you just heard from in the 21, John Kinder in the 14, T.J. Clark, and Kerry Teague got a piece of that one too. We have now completed 4 laps and going back to green as they come to the line right now. 4 laps under caution to get this 125-miler underway. And jumping out in front is the Chevrolet of Skinner, staying right with him is Hornaday, and Setzer maintains third in the back straightaway.
Joe Ruttman in 4th place. And in 5th place is Rick Corelli.
Jack Sprague back there in 6th, and the number 2, Mike Bliss, in 7th, with Butch Miller showing in 8th. And P.J. Jones in 9th.
And Butch Miller trying to make a pass on P.J. Jones in turns 1 and 2.
This number 3 truck of Mike Skinner has been very dominant all year long. And I asked a lot of people, why is he so dominant? They say horsepower, and a Richard Childress team tests constantly. This is one of the high-funded trucks of the whole Sears, and you see he's out front right now. But he's holding off another great funded team of Teresa Earnhardt's with Ron Hornaday at the wheel.
And maintaining third is that Chrysler. The number 30. What a story. Dennis Setzer qualified outside the front row. Incidentally, Dennis Setzer is on the pole for tomorrow's running of the Grand National 250-miler here, and it would be the last performance by that Alliance team. He gave it everything and a little bit more in his qualifying run.
Here is Sammy Swindell trying to make a pass down on the inside. He's in the blue number 38. On the inside of Sedgwick. Sedgwick in the blue and white number.
You You know, the number 38 truck of Sammy Sudell on the inside you see there, he is a legendary sprint car racer, runs dirt tracks all over the United States. Halfway through this season, he's really starting to show a lot of promise, leading the event last week in Bristol, and now he's racing very hard with Billy Sedgwick in the 75 car truck.
That's for 16. Swindell is going to leave here, go up and run on the dirt up in Denver, Colorado for a couple of nights, then head over to Fargo, North Dakota.
He made the pass, came off of the turn low. Well, now Sedgwick coming back up on the outside in the truck number 75. Sedgwick running pretty good on the outside there, Kenny.
Ned, this is what horsepower does. It really shows up on this racetrack. He's pinning the 38 truck down, and let's see if the 75 truck comes back. Well, it looks like the 38 truck finally gets a good bite.
That's all for 16th, folks. John Nemechek, Joe Nemechek's brother in the 87 in the hunt here.
And he moves on. Evidently, Sedgwick's truck just won't stay down low in the turns. And look how low Nemechek was. He was below that yellow line, but it got him up beside of Sedgwick as they head into turn 1.
Legacy runs just in front of him in the 24 in the 15th position, and Swindell is closing up. Two-time Outlaw champion just in front of this matchup for 17th position. Nemechek in the 87. On the outside is the 75, Sedgwick.
And back up front, Ken, you see Dennis Setzer had dropped back behind Mike Skinner and Ron Hornaday. Now he is closing in on them. So you got two Chevrolets out front and a Dodge running in third place, closing in.
John Kinder was back on pit road and came back on the track.
You can really tell the difference. These front-running trucks are right on the bottom of the racetrack. The trucks running mid-pack around 13th, 14th are running high. As the truck in front, the black truck, in the second, they're running really low. Let's watch Hornaday, the second truck. See, he's way coming down low, and that's the fastest way around this racetrack.
And as I mentioned at the top of the show, that yellow line was put there as a blend line, come into the pits or go out of the pits. And here they are using it as racetrack.
You know what throws everybody for a really, really wild ride here is that the Indy cars run here. Well, they have so much downforce, they put a big black groove way high. You get onto this racetrack, you go, well, I'm going to run high. But that's the Indy cars. They can do that. They have tremendous amount of downforce. We got to start a whole new groove and run right down on the bottom of the track.
And that's where Skinner is right now, continuing to lead. Only 2 races this year have been won from the pole, and they were both won by Skinner at Portland, Oregon, and at Louisville, Kentucky. Here's Dick Bergman.
We're talking about the line that Hornaday is taking here, that nice low line. This is the very first time Hornaday has ever run here. How do you find that line? David Green, the Grand National driver, showed up and offered to help. Why? Green's brother drives for Dale Earnhardt in the Grand National Series. This is another Earnhardt-owned vehicle, so it's kind of a family deal that they have going on. Green climbed up on top of the truck, watched what Hornaday did, then he actually borrowed one of Hornaday's fire suits, got in the car, took it around, made a couple suggestions, and Hornaday picked up 3/10, and he is now flying.
And David Green is spotting this afternoon for Hornaday. Green just went out there, and then he helped him all around the track for about an hour. Just stayed on the radio and coached Hornaday through this mile.
As Dick Bergman talked about, no shame in that. The first time these trucks have come to this racetrack, hey, let's cut through it all. Let's find the fastest way around the track. Put a driver in there. He's my friend. Help me out. And then all of a sudden, he's really quick. Not that he didn't know what he was doing. He just never been here before.
Absolutely. And this is a very unique racetrack. You would not think that you would run this low on it. And so you go out there, and as you said earlier, you sort of follow that groove that the Indy cars had put down here. And, boy, that doesn't work for these trucks.
Entering turn 3 here. This is difficult. Watch how bumpy it is there. You see the camera go up and down? That is the roughest part of this racetrack, entering turn 3. But you cannot get no lower than this right here. He's doing a fantastic job. But the truck in front is staying a little bit ahead of him. And I think he's got a little bit more motor than the Ron Hornaday truck running second.
Skinner, Hornaday, Setzer, 1, 2, and 3. And just behind them in 4th, Rick Corelli is on the move. Corelli has picked up a spot.
Yeah, Joe Ruttman has dropped back quite a bit, and he has dropped back to the 8th position. He was running in 4th position, but in the last 2 laps has dropped 4 positions.
That 6th truck of Corelli is about 3 seconds back from the front 3. Quite an interval there.
There you can see the red truck of Joe Ruttman, who was up in 4th place, and he's right in the middle of that pack, sort of towards the end of that second pack.
I think this group right here is still trying to sort their way out. This group here is about 5th, 6th, 10th position through there, and they're not handling as good as the trucks in front. You see Rick Corelli leading, coming off at turn 2, and what a fight behind them.
Chevrolet 1 and 2, Dodge and 3, Chevrolet 4th. And at the 5th time, the Chevy's taken over there. Jack Sprague, Mike Bliss, now becoming the first board, back there in 6th spot. Good racing here at lap 18.
Jack Sprague on the inside in the white, number 31. Trying to make a pass on Mike Bliss.
Remember a few years ago when he exploded on the scene, sitting on the pole for the Grand National 300 down there at Charlotte, North Carolina. Sprague, very smooth racer. Mike Skinner stays in front and will return to the Milwaukee Mile after this message and a word from your local station.
We're all in search of answers. See us for the ones about cars.
Leave it to Peerless Faucet to create a shower so smart, it can not only sense when a toilet has been flushed, it can also adjust the water temperature accordingly. Scald Guard technology by Peerless. Get more out of your faucet than just water.
When you absolutely positively need a great golf package, CBS delivers the FedEx St. Jude Classic. Make it a priority today.
Some people watch football on Monday night hoping for overtime.
Well, if your idea of excitement is sudden death,
we'd like to suggest an alternative.
Sudden life.
You want miracles?
You're on Chicago Hope Mondays. This is CBS.
Hi, I'm Billy Packer with a few facts about home equity loans from Mr. Cash. Did you know that Mr. Cash makes home equity loans to homeowners at competitive terms? To get you the money you need right now. Call Mr. Cash now, 1-800-444-CASH.
For Robin. For Andrew and Garrett. And for Sam. For heart-to-heart talks. For peace of mind. Or wherever life takes you. There are lots of reasons to choose the Health Source Health Plan.
And Rockville, California has moved around Mike Skinner and taken first place. A nearly one-lap duel between the red 16 of Hornaday and the number 3 of Skinner. And for the moment, the 3-time winner is out in front, but Skinner's coming back after him. Qualified on the mile at 111.228 miles per hour. Skinner took the pole at 112.535. Here they are, first and second to the line. Now working in the 25th lap. Ron Hornaday, 3-time winner in truck racing this year at Tucson, Arizona, Bakersfield, California, and that beautiful Evergreen Speedway up in Monroe, Washington.
Skinner looks inside. He wants to lead back, but he can't do it as Hornaday moves down to the inside going into the turn. Now he moves up a little bit, and here comes Skinner.
Side by side for the lead. Skinner dives back down to the bottom. Hornaday right alongside, even to the line. Give it to Hornaday on that lap. Skinner back on the inside.
And he goes a little high, and here comes Hornaday. But he couldn't quite pull it off.
Papa John's going to have cardiac arrest at number 16 before this one's over.
Truck racing doesn't get any better. You've seen Mike Skinner wave his hand in the back glass there. That means, hey, easy on me here. We're racing too hard at this time of the race. I think what happened is Ron Hornaday got past the truck in front of him and showed him the line for about a lap or two, and then the 3 truck, the Goodwrench truck, started running low, seeing what he was doing. So now they both have found each other's grooves out, and this is going to be a great race.
Down to the bottom again, Hornaday and the 18-year veteran Mike Skinner. Ontario, California. Was able to throw the block and keep that Goodwrench machine in first place. Here's Mike Joy.
Doug Rickard, Ron Hornaday's crew chief's got a big smile on, but do you want to be racing this hard this early?
Well, you know, it's always nice to know what your truck's capable of doing, and right now I think Ron's running a nice conservative pace. We're talking to each other on the radio, and you know, we're just looking for halfway. He hasn't said anything about the truck so far, but everything's going good for this Papa John's Action Collectible Chevrolet.
Skinner had to back off momentarily as he came up on Jerry Glanville to put another lap on him.
I'm really concerned about tire wear here. These guys are putting on a great race, running really hard. Back in third is Dennis Setzer taking it real easy. I don't think it'll be long before he'll be a factor, although he is a half a straightaway behind. It's still going to be a long race, but these two are putting on a whale of a race. And from my experience here, I can't help to think that these tires, with the racetrack surface as gritty as it is, it's going to come into play. Here's Hornaday going underneath the Goodwrench truck again.
Hornaday just digging on the bottom. Retaking the lead. Skinner back to second.
And here comes Skinner back on the inside as Hornaday goes high. That's a typical Dale Earnhardt move. You would almost think that it was that Chevrolet that Earnhardt drives in Winston Cup, because so many times people have passed him, they slip up a little bit, he drives right back under.
Like midgets up there in Sun Prairie, Wisconsin. In and out, darting back and forth. What a show. Staying third is that Dodge of Setzer. Rick Corelli in fourth. Johnny Benson in fifth. Rutland in sixth. Butch Miller is in seventh. Jack Sprague is eighth. Portugay is ninth. Mike Bliss is in 10th. P.J. Jones is 11th.
And Joe Ruttman just made a pass the last lap on Johnny Benson and took over the 5th position.
Here comes that number 30. That's that Dodge product. What a story in this vehicle. That's an independent proposition, sorry.
Chrysler has come up with such aerodynamic race cars. Everybody is wondering, when are they going to get into NASCAR Winston Cup? Well, now they've got into truck racing, so that's like a tease. These trucks and the cars are so aerodynamic, they're saying, hey, if we can bring these into the car circuit also, they're really going to be fast. But we still haven't seen no major headway out of the corporation of Chrysler yet.
Of course, they're doing a lot of things in other forms of motorsports, and drag racing in particular, and some of the road racing.
Here's Corelli in the number 6. And the car owner of that machine, we're going to be at his track going out to Colorado in the Denver area. Next time we're with you for our next truck race, which is their next truck race. 3/8 of a mile. Real old-fashioned racing like what Kenny Wallace grew up on.
That's right. You know, Rick Corelli is a great race car driver. He's been out on the West Coast for years. He's been everywhere now. As you watch his 6 truck go down the straightaway, for all the fans out there, if you notice the surface on the racetrack, all those black patches, once again, the track is very bumpy. They're manipulating the bumps and getting better and better as the race goes on. See the black patches everywhere? Well, that really affects these trucks bouncing it, and shocks are very important. You can see the front straightaway very bad, so he is manipulating every corner and learning a lot more and getting faster.
Another pass about to take place. They're going to pave this place in September.
27 years since the Cena paving job. They paved it originally back in 1954. It was a great dirt track.
Here's Hornaday. He's got that preferred line down on the bottom of the track, but he gets loose. He got sideways coming off the turn. So he was heavy on the gas.
A little too much throttle.
He gets loose, and I'll tell you, that's not that good early in the race. But he's got to calm down now, cool that right rear off, so he has it to last him the rest of the race. He probably heated that right rear Goodyear tire up about 10 degrees doing that.
Ready to lap Bobby Breback. Skinner to the inside. Hornaday comes with him. Chevrolets maintaining first and second. Dodge still in third. Rick Corelli has the Chevy up to fourth. And you've got Joe Rutland's Ford now in fifth spot. Here we go again for the lead.
Those guys just are not content to sit there and ride this first half out.
And I tell you, this is a race car driver, and you know, that's what I am. I'd be doing the same thing right now. We sit up here and we say, hey, you know, take it easy. But you can't. A race car driver, you're going to race, and that's what you're going to do.
If that truck will go, you're going to make it. You're going to put it wherever it wants to go, as fast as it wants
That's
to go.
right. This is a lot of fun, and you're not going to see any better truck racing than this anywhere. They come off of turn 4, head down this long straightaway here at the Milwaukee Mile. What a legendary racetrack, and this is great for these trucks to be here for the first time. This would definitely be an annual event.
36 lap being worked right now.
And we got caution on the track.
Yellow is out. Caution down at lap 36 with Hornaday leading, Skinner second, Setzer third, Corelli fourth, Rutland fifth, Jack Sprague. And there is debris in turn 1 being